Hey everyone, it's Mare from the Benniebarrefitness Pilates studio, and today we're talking about our posture in lunge for healthy joints and particularly to keep the knee safe. Let's start talking about the body from a rather imperfect picture, starting from the head. We want the chin lifted, gaze facing forward. We also want our shoulders rolled down and back and not holding any unnecessary tension there. We want our shoulders and hips to be squared and facing forward, as well as our knees and our toes. Our upper body should be in a straight line, with the chest facing forward, lifted, and our back going straight down. In other words, we're not hinged forward from the waist. Really important here for your knees, we want that knee to be tracking over top of the ankle and not for the body weight to be shifted forward so that your knee is tracking over top of your toes. The majority of your weight is placed in your front foot. We want the back foot to be lifted onto our toes. And we definitely want to make sure that our back toes and our front toes are facing forward, just like our knees, our hips, and our shoulders. If all these elements of your body are in the right place and everything's lined up appropriately, it's going to be much easier for you to keep balance while you're working in lunge. We obviously want to avoid twisting, falling, injuring ourselves, or coming into a place where we're not stable. We want to be really controlled in the movement that we do, and that starts with lining up our posture. Next, I'm going to show you some common things that I've seen during our lunge series in barre classes.
Take one foot back in this lunge. When we come down into this lunge, we want the knee tracking over the ankle. This is where we don't want to be. I have problems right here. Okay, and then sometimes I have people with their weight shifted forward. All right, so think about the weight staying over the hips. You want to come down in this lunge. So imagine if I'm like this and then I tell you to lift both heels. It's kind of a structural problem right there. So when we're taking these lunges, we want to make sure that the knee is tracking over top of the ankle, that the back knee is going straight down towards the floor, that we're lifted up nice and tall, head, crown of the head going towards the ceiling, not like this. We want to be right here, and our weight is centered in our hips going straight down. Sound good? So check yourself out, make sure that you're there. If you feel like your knee is tracking over top of the toes, easy way to fix that, take the back leg back further, and rather than leaning forward, lift your weight up and bring it straight down, okay? Your knees won't feel good later if it's happening like this. You'll be upset with me, right? So we want it to be right here. Think about that weight balancing here. And we've got the heels up. Also, we want both of our toes to be facing forward. So, let me show you with the other leg. If my toes are facing out here, what's happening to my knee? I'm bending out this way. Woo! Remember that your knee is a hinge joint. It can go here, it can go here. It's not a ball and socket that can rotate, so always be really careful about where your toes and knees are facing.
If you're doing lunge series and barre classes or lunges throughout your workouts, you will get to that point of muscular fatigue. You will have sore muscles, but what we don't want is soreness coming from the joints, particularly the knees and the hips. If you are experiencing soreness in the knees while doing lunges, take a look at some of these posture options here and check out your posture. If you don't have the luxury of having a mirror there while you do your workouts, you can take some pictures of yourself or take video of yourself while you're doing workouts, and you may find yourself coming out of that ideal posture as you're going along or as you're getting tired. Pay close attention to those things so you can have safe, happy knees while you're doing lunge. Also, just in general, if you leave barre classes with really sore and achy knees, don't just assume that that's something that happens with barre. It should be light and nice and friendly on the joints. So if your knees are hurting, you really need to look at your posture and your stance during your exercises. Thank you so much for joining me in the studio today. If you're interested in taking weekly full-length barre classes with me, check out my Patreon account where you can find Mat Pilates and Springboard Pilates there as well. And check out my channel for more barre, Mat Pilates, and Springboard Pilates right here. Wondering what to watch next? Here are some other videos that you might like. I've got a video here for proper plank posture to check out your posture in that position, as well as a 30-minute barre class. I will see you guys next time in the studio.